Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Tragic events have happened in our community over the last couple of days as Officer Nicholas Pepper was killed in the line of duty in Lafourche Parish. And here to talk more about his career and his life and how they plan to honor him in Lafourche Parish is the Sheriff of Lafourche, Craig Webre. So, Craig, thank you so much for joining us. I know this is a tough time for everybody involved. Officer Pepper really touched a lot of lives, beginning here in Terrebonne Parish, and has since moved on to your department. Can you tell me a little bit more about his career and his family, and how much he will be missed for our community?
Well, you're right. It is a difficult time, and all of our officers are just really in pain from sorrow and just heart-wrenching loss with Nick's death. Nick was a phenomenal individual. He's best known for just being a dedicated father to his children and his family, but he was an incredible, talented investigator. Most of the young investigators went to Nick as a mentor. I described him to others as Joe Friday from Dragnet. Just the facts, ma'am. He didn't get emotional. He was very methodical. He was meticulous. He had like a near perfect photographic memory. He would study and analyze. He was almost OCD in how precise he was. I was speaking with our former district attorney over the weekend, and he said, look, when I got a case file, if it had Nick Pepper's name on it, I knew it was going to be fine. It was going to be solid. Everything he did was just very, very professional, and he was easy to work with. And Nick was a workhorse. He was the guy that showed up early. He was steady. He would keep his nose to the grindstone. He would leave no stone unturned. He'd work late. He'd come out. He also worked a lot of extra work, a lot of extra duty details to provide for his family. Tragically, Nick's father was killed in a car crash before he was born. Nick was 7 months. His mother was 7 months pregnant, and so family helped to support him and raise him along with his mother. So he really, really had a strong love for his family and devotion to his children. But he had an equally strong work ethic. I think his hobby was working and doing a good job. And Nick didn't discriminate in terms of the type of case he was investigating. It could have been what people would call a minor case, like somebody's lawnmower got stolen. But to that person, it's a major case. And Nick put as much effort and time into those cases as he put into a serial rapist or a major felony. He was just incredible, very talented, an asset to this community, and not only to our agency, but the time that he worked at Houma PD in narcotics. I know he did exemplary work there, and before that with Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office. And it was during that time he met Christy, his wife. She was a paramedic with Acadian. They started dating, fell in love, located to Thibodaux, where they have their family home, and both came to work for the Sheriff's Office. Christy is assigned to the District Attorney's Office, and Nick was assigned to criminal investigations.
So, yeah, and a beautiful family they have as well. So, our hearts go out to them as well. Now, on Wednesday, starting at 8 o'clock, you guys are going to honor him starting at the cathedral. Can you fill us in on those plans or what you all plan to do honoring him?
Well, we're going to have a full honors funeral for a line of duty death, for a hero that gave the last full measure. We won't spare anything in terms of the honors, and we're going to have honor guards from different sheriff's offices and police departments around the state and even beyond. We're going to have escorts that'll probably go a mile or 2 miles long. We're going to have honors by the fire department, and we posted the route that we're going to take from the church, St. Joseph's Co-Cathedral, to his burial place in St. James Chapel in Choctaw, so that people who live along the route could be there. We see that quite frequently. We're going to have a riderless horse. We're going to have the 21-gun salute, the folding of the flag, the final call. We're just going to recognize that this man deserves the honor that is befitting of a true hero who gave it all.
Again, at 8 o'clock is going to start at the cathedral, and it'll be almost maybe a 10, 15 mile ride for him.
Probably close to 15 miles. We're going to go down Highway 20, past the Chack Bay Church, and then take the Choctaw Road all the way down to the Little Chapel. So, and with as many units and motorcycles and people in the procession, going through there, I'm sure it'll take an hour or so to get there, which is pales in comparison to the sacrifice that Nick made. The church service starts at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. I'll be delivering a eulogy just prior to the beginning of the actual Mass. And then on completion of the Mass, we'll go to the cemetery where we'll do full honors with a 21-gun salute and the presentation of the flag and the final radio call.
And as you say, this is be a great way for folks to line the highways. Most people know that route. A great way to honor a man that, as you said, gave his all for our community. So a very trying time for what you guys are going through, but a great way for any community members, if they want to pass along their last condolences, we'll be able to see the procession tomorrow.
And we experienced a little bit of that on a smaller scale yesterday when his body was transported from the autopsy to the funeral home for preparation. They had people standing along the highway paying honors as well. I must say, what a great community we live in. I have not stopped receiving text messages, emails, phone calls, and well wishes from the time that this horrific tragedy occurred until as we're sitting here today, and I'm taking the ringer off my phone. We are blessed, and I know Terrebonne's no different than Lafourche, to have a community that supports the men and women who wear the badge, that has your back, they're behind you, and they've just had an incredible outpouring of prayers, support, financial support. People have made donations. There's a fund set up at B1 Bank on his behalf, and he was, a primary breadwinner, and he worked a lot of extra details. He won't be there anymore to do that, but the community is filling in, and I'm ever so grateful and just humbled by the outpouring of love and support.
Well, Sheriff, we appreciate you joining us during this trying time. Thanks so much for your service as well, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. I'll be there waiting with you and everyone else.
Okay. We'll be right back with more Bite Time right after this.